Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Last Days of Europe with me, Alpha Mega, and Greater Germanic Reich. So I decided to do a third episode in a row because I'm really interested in this situation with the Leopoldville Verwaltung. I actually have to probably station some units in there, and we have another place for a fleet, which is actually pretty good. I think that might be a good idea, and, well, I mean, I guess it was worth it. We lost so much, maybe we'll have some kind of way how to get it back at a certain point, but at this point, let's be happy with what we have. I mean, it's a colony. It's our little part of Africa. The Cabal victorious. Today the inevitable has happened. Despite his boisterous proclamations, everyone knew Hans Hutig would never have been able to keep almost half of Africa under his boot. With only a handful of fanatical loyalists and a dilapidated economy, it was only a matter of time before his castle in the air came crashing down. For months, native revolts increased in frequency and intensity, uncaring of the rabid retaliations, inflicting devastating losses on the overstretched SS patrols. City after city blacked out, road after road was taken, and with every passing day the grip tightened on the besieged administration in Bullerstadt. Still the madman would claim that everything would be returned under control with the appropriate amount of mass executions. Now we know for certain that the sun, black or not, has definitely set over the Grossafrikanische Reichsstaat. Aerial reconnaissance reports that Bullerstadt is aflame, and no sign can be found of Hans Hutig and his closest advisors. On the other hand, the Reichskanzler received a call from the phone of the administrative compound of Leopoldville that once hosted the Central African administration, fought long since abandoned. Apparently, it has been occupied by the officers and administrators of the Cabal, who have managed to gather enough loyal troops to occupy the city and surrounding area before the collapse of Hutig administration, swearing their loyalty to our government and proclaiming the restoration of German rule in Africa. For us, this is a welcome news. While the dream of a large colonial empire in the Dark Continent is all but vanished, the Cabal enclave is strong enough to resist attacks until a proper colonial garrison arrives, and from it we can at least project our influence in the chaos that has become Central Africa, hoping to reap at least a part of its bountiful resources for the Reich. So, Leopoldville Verwaltung joins Einheitspact, they join the Zollverein, they join our German economic sphere, and get Marionenstadt, which adds annual GDP growth factor plus 4.5%. It's actually pretty good for them. 4.5% is decent. Member of the Zollverein, the new German administration, and we will gain the ability to project power in the South Atlantic. Case 2 of Wehrmacht, 2 of Schutztruppe, and 2 of SS Ost Africa, and they got some navy. That's not bad. 50 ships, 6 corvettes, 6 cruisers, 32 destroyers, and 6 frigates. Wow, okay. How many dockyards do they have? 0. Can I? This might be a bit... No, we actually can't build a dockyard there, which kind of sucks. Could I build a port? Okay, I can upgrade a port for them, but I cannot build a naval dockyard. That sucks because their fleets are gonna have no maintenance and they will never get upgraded, but I guess we can put our own fleet in there. Now, okay, this raises an interesting question. What are we gonna garrison that place with? Because we definitely need to garrison that place. This would maybe be a good place to put our Z battalions, wouldn't it? Do we have something like a light infantry available? We do. Light infantry. Jungle plus 10. Jungle post. There's actually no benefit for the light infantry here. Elite infantry would actually be best. So what we could do is raise some more PG operations group and send them there. Or these, you know, raise 2 of these. So I'm not sure what to add to you. It seems like the elite infantry would be the best choice. And that's gonna require extensive retraining. But okay, or we could, wait, we could use the, is it, what kind of terrain is there? This looks like jungles. No, I was thinking mountainers would be good for this. And I mean, mountainers do actually, they are maybe good for this kind of operations, but jungle attack 20%, defense 680, 6.9, recruit 30. Now elite infantry is better in every regard. So now the question is, do we want to send them to better, or because I mean eventually we will need colonial troops. Basically we'll need some in Madagascar and the area. We will need some here. Okay, you know what, let's train 2 divisions here. What are we missing? Anti-tank. Okay, well, you're gonna be a priority. I'm gonna set you up in Kessel. And what you name like that, that's fine. It's gonna be just 2 units. When are you going to be done? 16th of July. Oh god, 16th of July. Well, what I could do is I could actually send in some of the current units that we have. German students for freedom, for equality, for peace. Hamburg students, milits. No, I think we can send them there if... No, we need to... Oh, you know what we could do? We can temporarily move the SS arm in there. Because those are units that we really do not need in the Reich. And what if we actually switched you to something like this? Anti-tank equipment, attack helicopters. You know what, that actually makes sense. We're gonna liquidate the SS army. That is a better choice. So let us reassign you as a new army. You guys are going to move to Wilhelmshaven. This is actually a great possibility here, or you know, it makes sense to do it this way. So we're gonna move you here. We're gonna change you into specialized units. We're gonna put 3 in this area and 1 at Port Louis and 1 at Saint Denis. Okay, now I'm thinking that we might actually want to put 2 at Militaristat, Madagascar as well. Okay, and those can... Yeah, let's do it. Let's get those. And these are going to be colonial divisions. Okay, so you guys get into that port. No, delete. Pardon me. Okay, now let's change your template to the HPS Operationsgruppe. You guys are gonna be stationed in here. You are gonna go to Saint-Denis, and you guys are gonna go to Port-Louis. And quite honestly, can we recruit? If we can't recruit new generals, that really makes me mad. Hopefully there might be, and that's actually a great question. Maybe there's something for the Wehrmacht. While whom? Moral party guidance. A Queen Wehrmacht. True national army. Doctrines. Okay, we get some generals here. At least 2 of them. Okay, well, at least that's something. Like 2 extra generals are going to go a long way. Is there anyone that we could promote? Guerrilla fighter and trickster. Ranger, skirmisher commando, panzer leader, inter specialist, guerrilla fighter. Let's promote you. And you are going to be the leader of the Colonial force. So this is gonna be Colonial garrison. Oh god, you haven't received any equipment.
Angetreten.
We are going to split you like this. You are going to be Leopoldville garrison. Leopoldville garrison. You are going to be Port Louis garrison. And you are Saint-Denis garrison. Saint-Denis garrison. And you will get... well, we're gonna get Ben Fobar, and you are going to get Alfred Serbel. And the last general that we have, we reserve for the 4th Heeresgruppe. Elias Simojoki, elected Finnish president. Well, they are still defending. Really good on them. 22 divisions. Yeah, but their army is... okay, Murmansk People's Republic is gonna fall, but unless they get help, they're gonna get defeated by the Western Russia. Following the Civil War and the appointment of the IKL Prime Minister, Lori Turne has announced that he will not run for office again. By vote of the Electoral College, an openly partisan IKL member, Elias Simojoki, has assumed the presidency. Simojoki is an ordained minister and a senior member of the IKL. He is the leader of the IKL youth movement and a member of the Academic Karelian Society. With both an open and fascist head of state and head of government, many believe that they are witnessing the full realization of the Finnish fascism. Many now resign themselves to waiting for Finland's democracy to receive the death knell. Fascist populism. Come on, reach out to me for help. Come on, I'm here. I'm here. Oh wait, no. We finished, what was it called? The Cold War Fire Control Doctrine. That's actually pretty good. Armored dice. Carrier. These are... Well, okay, let's go with the Corvette hull research now. And we have free production in it. It's probably because of sulfur iron. So let's top it off at 100 military factories. Come on. Okay. That will allow us to add additional factories to the ballistic missiles, hopefully ensuring that they are not gonna be removed again. And we finished the Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft. Ever since 1951, the Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft, or German Research Community, has been subsidizing advanced research programs all around the Reich, bringing about many important innovations. However, the economic downturn and its subsequent collapse have resulted in large budget cuts, and now our scientists languish with no funds for their research. As the first step towards a new scientific renaissance, we shall bring back to life this fundamental institution of our scientific community and give it all the funds it needs to operate at full efficiency. This will give our laboratories and universities a much needed boost until we can fully reform the field. A new dawn for science, a new day for Germany. So production efficiency cap increases by 7%, research facilities, societal development will begin to improve, and we improve, or we increase the minimum investment, but we're at maximum, so that doesn't really hurt us. A need for the builders, a need for the consumers, and a need for the producers. Let's go for need for the builders first. Education investment. Sulfur iron. Okay, let's get all of the options on the table. How are we doing? Oh god, the euro deficit is above 10% now. Well, I mean, the economy is at 11.5% growth, but this is becoming really a big issue for us. We need the inflation reduction to kick in as fast as possible, because I mean, we are still, maintaining the budget debt to GDP ratio, and should actually be lowering a bit, but unless we want to crash and burn in the future, we really need to get our spending under control. How's the poverty? 57.16, nice. I mean, we're gonna get a massive boost from the reforms once we start reaping the rewards, but at this point it's just really insane. Okay, so what's going on with the ships? I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we're starting to upgrade them, and there's less and less of them. Good. Construction is continuing as well. Our fuel capacity is near at 1.2 million. Things are looking good. We'll need to assign admirals to the navies as well. So are you guys there yet? No. Yeah, they're gonna require a huge amount of things. And as usual, the anti-tank equipment is something that we suffer for. Okay, so you know what we can do? We can say no to that. One factory. 3 factories. 4 factories. Okay, 4 factories. Actually 3 of them, it seems. But 3 are going to be assigned to boost this, because this is really insane. This is bugging us. Like, the anti-tank is everything that we're missing. It's literally the only thing that we're missing as well. Okay, panzer divisions are going to be done in 3 days. That is great. I'm starting to think whether or not we should start printing money. Nope, that will actually kill our GDP completely. Yeah, there's no way this is gonna work at all. Which I like, because that is quite realistic, but... Extremely high deficit, yeah, I know. I know. Trust me. But there really isn't much that I can do. I mean, yeah, I could start killing expenses left and right, but that's not gonna help me much. The Bürgerkrieg has destroyed much of our infrastructure and turned entire cities into rubble. Rebuilding our homeland into a fraction of it was before. Of what, there's probably a typo here. Rebuilding our homeland into a fraction of what it was before will take an enormous amount of time and resource. Not everything looks grim, however, as the old saying goes. From great dangers come great opportunities. As our Führer Sherwin knows, being an architect himself, the great need for new houses, offices, and infrastructure can be used to bring forth new advancement in the field of construction materials and building methods, or even an architectural renaissance. The Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft shall oversee the distribution of new funds to companies and research laboratories willing to develop new technologies, and soon the scars left by the war will be mended by the healing power of solid, beautiful edifices. So we get bonus for research in construction. Now needs of the producers are next. Yeah, but I think we'll have to just start killing these expenses. Because while I greatly appreciate the improvements we're doing as a society, it is too much for the economy to have this. And here we go. 10th, 11th, and 12th Panzer divisions are now ready. So let's add you to the Panzer army. Amazing. And heavy drill. You guys are also drilling, that's good. That is good. Yeah, our army has grown by nearly 50% in the past 2 years, which is great. Pretty sure that the army funding might be also increasing significantly. But there's no way we can lower it more. Okay, healthcare funding. I think that we might just have to do stuff like this. Let's lower... the effectiveness of all of the funding to 40%. Unemployment is actually really cheap. So, okay, that is saving us 1% extra of GDP. 3 military factories, okay, 2 more. So let's add 1 on anti-tank. And I guess the tanks make sense. Okay, now what the hell happened to inflation again? Natural variation of inflation 1.4. Come on! Come on, I need you lower. You're killing me here. Needs of the producers. As civil war raged across the Vaterland, our grip on the Reichskommissariat loosened, and many of them, facing revolts of their own, refused to send resources to Germany. Of course, this resulted in mass shortages of vital materials, effectively crippling our industry, both civilian and military. As the embers of war grow cold, we have completely lost control over large parts of our colonial empire, and this is heavily damaging our producers. With the need of raw materials greater than ever, and the prospect of waging war to acquire them simply non-existent, we need to invest in research aimed at developing either synthetic materials to replace resources we no longer have access to, or replacing extraction methods to fully exploit the resources found within our homeland. And needs of the consumers. Now this grants industrial research speed plus 7%, and lowered consumer goods by 3% for 365 days, but I don't think we actually have anything here that we could... Well... I mean... This would be good, but... 428 days. I mean, we're already running out of things to research, so adding... Yeah, we might change this actually, I think. Okay, well, we can actually go first to support the universities. Academic-based societal development will begin to improve. Policy effectiveness of education is increased, and we spend a bit of debt, a bit of money, a little bit of money. Yeah. So our economy is actually just increasing by... not the economy, the debt actually. The debt is still dropping, but only by about 1% relative. It's in fact actually increasing. Hey, more production? Okay, well, the infrastructure is gonna happen soon. So at least that's gonna help us with the situation. You're still not there. Damn, that's a long trip. Okay, so the Republic of Finland has defeated the Murmansk People's Republic in a war. But it doesn't really help with the fact that they're losing against these guys. Could we do something? I wish we could do something. But we're a silent observer. Silent observer. Actually, we haven't been researching anything here for a while. White support artillery. Let's go for agency infiltration. Okay, so we got this one. Improvements in ballistics and engineering have allowed for development of longer-range mortar designs that can put deadlier shells downrange. Infantry and motorized get extra 5% defense, 5% breakthrough, and 2.5% piercing as a bonus. So you can now go at General Building Construction 2. And later on we are going to start researching more that maximize the benefit of it. R&D research completed. Sonderblindfunkdienst. So anything here that we can do in modernize FM LO. Actually, did we read the description here? We didn't, and now I can't read it. Oh, damn. Okay, so let's look at this one. Modernize FM LOAU FKL. Fernmelde und elektronische Aufklärung, known in the Anglophone world as signals intelligence, is the art of intercepting signals for intelligence gathering. Already having played a significant role during the Second World War, the importance of the SIGINT, or SIGINT, has only increased since then. Now that the world finds itself in a cold war between Germania and her jealous adversaries, retrieving intelligence from them is of paramount importance. The R&D will invest into a massive modernization campaign of the SIGINT capabilities. Soon the Reich can listen in on anyone everywhere. And we supported the universities. In the last grim decade, when the Reich was spiraling towards total collapse, the universities stood as the last beacon of rationality and freedom of opinion in a world plagued by extremism and partisanship. On a more practical note, the universities were our main source of support, and thousands of university students served with distinction in volunteer militias, many of them dying in service for the fatherland. As a way to commemorate the sacrifices of many brave young men and women to ensure the light of progress isn't snuffed out completely in our slowly recovering country, we shall grant large funding to the universities so they'll be able to both rebuild their campuses and restart their quest for innovation. Okay, so we get an extra research slot here. Needs for the consumers. That one makes me mad a bit. Okay, but we can switch you there as well for the resource extraction. These ones, well, no, let's leave it be. I mean, we're gonna lose a bit of the bonus, but we're still ahead of time, so I'm not sure if that is even worth it. Okay, so 1.5% difference between the real GDP growth and debt to GDP. That is something. Okay, recruiting a full army here. Okay, have you finally arrived? No. You're coming. That's the important part. And your order is going to be to defend here. We don't need you to guard coastline. Let's guard naval bases and victory points. That's the important place where you should be. Need of the consumers. Goering and his cronies funneled most funds destined to the research towards his military projects, severely crippling advancements in all other fields. As the shadows of the Civil War dissipate, our people watch with envy at the commodities enjoyed by almost everyone in the United States, Japan, and even Italy. In order to properly address the issue, we shall shift our focus back to the needs of the masses and provide them with modern services and goods they can appreciate, and which will make their life easier. With enough time and effort, all of Germany will enjoy the fruits of our labor, and who knows, perhaps one day we'll be able to extend our living standards to the rest of the Reich. Okay, 60 political power, consumer research, and okay, we get industrial research speed plus 7% and lowered needs for consumer goods. And now fund the KWG. Okay, you guys are still going. But you guys have arrived. It's kind of funny, because they got almost no equipment at all. But they still got a decent strength already. So hey my friend, we are here, and this time we are not going to desert you. Hey, Kai-Uwe von Hessel. There is a description for this guy. Member of the Sulfur-Ein. Production efficiency gain, budget allotment, collapsed Oberkommando, division organization, attack, defense and encryption, everything lowered by massive amount of percentage. The Oberkommando des Reichsstaat has collapsed, bringing along with it the fall of the entire chain of command. It is uncertain whether recovery is even possible, as its demise destroyed any semblance of order. Okay. There's probably nothing they can do. Local cooperation. The previous colonial policy has taught us one thing. Diplomacy and friendly relations will allow the native populace, and by extension ourselves, to achieve greater gains rather than our former tactic, which called for the mindless use of oppression and brute force. And the new German administration. Once more has another administration been set up in Africa, bringing with it the new opportunity and the ability to learn from the previous Reichskommissariat's mistakes. Many hold their hopes high, confident that this new management may establish a more successful colony. Okay, well, we'll do our best to keep this one alive. Okay, 84 days. The rest is pretty good. Navy experience is fine. We might want to do something with the panzers though at this point, because we haven't really. I'm thinking whether or not we shouldn't switch them to APCs, because that would increase their armor and everything. It lowers the defense, but this is an attack squadron and it should increase the breakthrough. So if we actually went like this and added another APC, suppression would increase, but that's not the issue. I want organization up. Yep, organization would increase. Breakthrough is 600. Can we add scout helicopters? Huh? Constant 6. But the light armored recon is much better either way. We can add armored engineers, which lowers soft attack but increases hard attack and breakthrough significantly. Okay. These engineers. We need the maintenance. I'm gonna remove though the artillery. I don't think that's necessary. Instead we're gonna get the Heli Supply Company, because that is going to lower fuel usage by 25% and supply usage by 40%, which is much better than the logistics company. So Heli Supply and Medevac or attack helicopters. It would be great to boost the breakthrough, so let's do that. Attack helicopters. 60 XP. Anti-tank equipment and attack helicopters, we don't have those, but this is a massive reform of our Panzer divisions, so let's do that, because we need that. We need modern Panzer divisions, so let's have them. Cool. On that note, we're gonna read the fun the KWG and end the episode here. And I'm gonna go have some dinner. The Kaiser Wilhelm Gesellschaft zur Förderung der Wissenschaften, or Kaiser Wilhelm Society, was founded back in 1911 when our people had a completely different vision of what Germany's future would be. Ever since its inception, the society served as a countrywide neural web, a hub for research in all fields of human ingenuity, with separate branches tending to different projects. When the Civil War began, the society was fragmented, its efforts concentrated on war, but now the time are ripe for a return to its original focus. By reconstituting the detached branches in our surviving universities and encouraging our remaining academics to join them, we'll both resume an honorable and historical tradition and give strong boost to our research efficiency. So we gain one research slot for 120 days. We spent 0.05 billion. Greater increase minimal investment in research and increase maximum investment in research. Okay. And now supremacy or bust, which gives us, wow, huge bonuses to resource, excavation, industry, and electronics. So let's get that. And yeah, we get another research slot, which I think I can put on excavation here. Nice. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. This is fun. We could increase the science funding, but I'm pretty sure that would put us... Yep, that would pretty much kill any chance of anything. You know, I actually think we'll need to lower this even further. Okay, where were we before? It was like 15, right? Yeah, something like this. Let's keep it this way. Let's keep it this way. So, anyway, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next episode. And we'll have to make sure that our new and improved Panzer divisions are going to be up to the task. And hey, they're getting the new Leopards, aren't they? Leopard A1R, Leopard A1, Leopard. Nice, I like that.